So you're a Saiyan, a warrior race of warriors that would fight as they continue fighting. They would get stronger, but yes, they are also ruled by an emperor who was motivated, emotionally racist to them. He also sold planets. Your race also sold planets to the highest bidder to sell. And yet your race is a special case because it has special unique abilities and states. If I am saying this correctly, yes. Rhea simply says, Gohan would nod. Mm-hmm. As Rhea would sigh. First, after your 2.5 hours talk about your whole life and everything you know, I wouldn't really believe it. But then, ever since he taught us keys, it's different from the normal energy that we've been using, so it's not unbelievable. Well, I can give you a prime example of what I'm telling you is the truth. As Gohan showed his tail, they would see the brown tail as they would see it move back and forth. He would look at it as it simply says, "So you're a monkey." And returns, "Yeah, I'm a monkey." But I really do prefer not to be called a monkey. Because that same Emperor Tyrant called us monkeys. And he has a grudge upon us. So I really appreciate if you don't call me a monkey. Just saying. So, you said there are these so-called states? These states are select of unique abilities. Yeah, well, the usual abilities is to fly, use ki and stuff. But what about, as Issa says, your bloodline? Your special ability, bloodline, kind of thingy. Go on, Beside. My race has transformations. It's real complicated. But yet, how do you have a sacred gear? As Akano simply says. To be surprising, as Rainer simply says, believe me or not, he's half human. Gohan would simply nod. I told you as being a half human makes my Saiyan potential be a lot stronger than a normal full-blooded Saiyan. So this so-called, you said there's this state called a Super Saiyan. How many states have you seen or know of? Gohan scratched his cheek as now thinking about it. States. There's the Great Ape that I know of. I transform into it, but I don't remember anything when I was in that state. Then there's the Super Saiyan that you just seen me in. The blonde hair, master power, golden light, golden aura, you know. Then there's the Ascended level, Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan had gone past the Super Saiyan. The Ascended level, as Issei says, yeah. My father and I trained for a year in the hyperbolic time chamber. It's a place where time actually goes by slowly. A bit faster. Different, but we age a year or two. Gohan says, so as that we prepared for the ascended form of Super Saiyan. So the ascended form. Is there not a shorter name for the ascended Super Saiyan thing. I we just call it Super Saiyan 2. Gohan simply said. Oh, perfect. Good. Issei simply says, anything else you know? As Rhea simply says, my father did say he found a third form called Super Saiyan 3. He's told me what it basically looks like. I only seen it once when I was basically in the world of Kai's when he showed me it for the very first time, but that was it. But I think there's another form. I don't know. It's somewhere between my grade 8 form, which I'm not gonna go into yet. Gohan says, then I have my ultimate state. My ultimate form. It's all my power pretty much unlocked. But it also gives me God Key, which, as I heard of, is basically a Super Saiyan God. Gohan scratched his head as simply think about it. For a second, I got into it during the fight with Majin Buu. I don't remember how, but I was a lot stronger than Majin Buu. But ever since I did that atonement of mine, the final atonement, it kind of, has brought me here. That Super Saiyan God form, as you say, Rhea says, any levels higher than above. I only seen glimpses of it when I was doing the final atonement. There is a blue and a pink one, then a darker blue. And that's mostly it that I know of. Nothing else I really know. As the boy, as the same was Psy. Hard to explain. It's complicated. Gohan would think, I'm not gonna go into the God Key yet, even though I have it within. I'm not sure how to feel about it. Elder Kai did say that God Key is a double-edged sword. I can control it or it can control me. As Gohan simply shrugged. Can we see this Super Saiyan? As Issei says once more time. Issei simply says, yes, seen it, but not, all of you. Gohan will simply sigh, maybe another time. Being in the Super Saiyan transformation multiplies my power by 50 folds. 50 times. So, I'm a beacon. And I'd rather not be that. As Ajo says, that's a lot of things to think about as the young girl simply says. Yeah, complicated, I'm sorry. Yes, Gohan scratched his head again, but smiled. But don't worry, I promise. I am in full control. Full control, you get the first 2 transformations. Anything else, you're too afraid to go in, as Deidre simply says. Deidre, do you have anything else to say? As Rhea simply says, for things that Gohan didn't tell, he can go to the 3rd transformation state. He's never really tried to. He knows he can. I don't know if I can go to Super Saiyan 3. It's a questionable thing. I could probably can, but I'm not really interested. And you said the moon. The Grade 8 transformation only is activated by the moon. What if you activate it with Super Saiyan? As Issei simply says, I'd rather not try. I can't control the Grade 8 form even at its normal state. I'm not going to add a huge multiplier on top of that. I don't think I want that. No thanks. It could come in handy, as Issei simply says. No, it probably won't. And I'd rather not. Gohan would stand up as simply stretch. And what about... With Dietrich's power, I can at least reach Balance Breaker, but I haven't really activated it yet. He says I'm on the tip of it. So, yeah. As Gohan says, training will be tomorrow. As Gohan smile, Ace able to simply sweat drop saying, we just came out of a fight a couple hours ago. Yeah, but the villains won't really wait for you to recover, so... Yeah. Get some rest tomorrow and we get straight back into the training. He's also like, I can't believe this. This is what Raider says. I'm gonna go see how Kyle Warner and Middle are doing. Thanks for knocking them out instead of killing them. That's what we can at least do, Rhea simply says. As Stefan would leave, Gohan would head on his own as leaving the area. Arriving at his home as simply laying on his bed. Gohan would sigh as finding it very strange. I don't know how to feel about it. Feel about what Dietrich simply says. It's too dark out there for them. Dietrich would understand who he was talking about, as immediately he put his two of his fingers upon his head, as disappearing. His reappearing where Rainer is, as she will be surprised at, how did you... Into transmission, I learned it from my father. Gone to be turned is looking towards. See Middle and Kyle Warner as they would be pissed. Kyle Warner will only simply just be scowling. Middle she'll pull out her spears. She'll try to stab Gohan. Rainer calmed her down, luckily. Gohan would only advise them if they need a place to stay. Kyle Warner would simply say they can just seduce a guy so they can, enter someone's house and seduce whoever's there, so they can sleep there for a while. But Gohan persisted that he'll allow them to stay with him. So they agreed reluctantly on Middle's part. Gohan showed them the two extra bedrooms as simply you had his own room as simply opening the door as closing it. Now my mind settled. I clocked towards his bed, smiling as saying, next day. As the boy was beyond as falling asleep. Next day, waking up in the morning was not one of its fine tunes. Even though that his mother always told him to wake up early in the morning. And it was done out of habit, yet he was not fond of being the early riser. Completely rubbing his eyes as making his way to the bathroom. And seeing that he was pretty much occupied by he can sense his Middle's energy. Gohan would just sigh. He decided to sit down to the kitchen and, just to fix breakfast. Yes, his mother taught him how to cook. She didn't really trust Gohan at first in the kitchen, but she knew that she had to do something. Because she didn't want her son to be like her husband. Completely smart, but not knowing how to take care of himself. After fixing a large course breakfast for a Saiyan, and enough for the other girls, he was such a chow down. Well, the three Fallens only watch as he consumed his half of his portion of his breakfast. Rainer will simply say, "Where's all that going?" She simply says, "Gohan," after finishing his breakfast, will simply say, "Not sure." Saints always did. They always knew. Me and my father and Vegeta always were always able to eat large portions of food and Trunks. Goten as well. Even though they're young for their age, but still. I imagine how much for a child. They can eat about the same amount. Goten can eat about the same amount as me. I smile at his little brother. But he was always a bit more, I wouldn't say timid, but mannered. Unlike my father. As Gohan was simply head out. Alright, as he would change, his appearance would change immediately to the Demon Gi. The Demon Gi for Piccolo, as was saying, "I'm out." As disappearing his transmission, using the nice instant transmission from he learned from his father. How did he just make clothes out of nowhere? You sure it's not magic? As Kyle Warner says, "No, it's not. You can't use magic. Not that I know of." Gohan reappearing as looking around. Seeing that he arrived at someone's house, as he would pop out of the shower, was saying, as the two would look at each other, saying, "You don't have any way of knocking, do you?" "No, sorry," as Gohan smiled as, "I'll just make my way out the window. And I wait for you." "Yeah, that'll be appreciative." Gohan would do so, looking around his room, seeing, I guess, he thinks it's one of the preferred trio of cool academy magazines, pornos, and other things on the wall. Gohan just jumped out the window as don't wait for Issei after 5 minutes later. Issei will pop out as simply sighing, "Let's get this over with and get this torture of hell prepared." It's not hell, it's training. Training hell is the same thing. Only reason why I'm doing is because this gives me a chance to become a harem king. And I will become a harem king, as he said, "He'll smile. It's my dream, my goal." Gohan will simply say, "I don't understand that dream. Why become a harem king? Why that many women?" So I can excuse all the Oppai was. He smiled, feeling it soft, squishy. Gohan says, "Understandable, but why? Who wouldn't want to be in that position? Having so many women beside you, it would be a miracle. Like a blessing from God." He still hold his head. "Right, for God. Can't say God. Can't say his name. Damn." As Issei simply says, "Yeah, you're a devil," Gohan says. "So you probably can't say the holy man's name." "Don't remind me. God. That's gonna be a headache for a while." And they will go on simply go on as they would all train. Not long, things were going pretty well until they had discussed what to do with the Fallens, and the Fallens decided to have a meeting as well. "So yet, if you're still doing it over orders, but why did you try to kill her? She's innocent." Raider says, "It was orders. As much as I knew, which we knew this is the orders that we were given with. We can't really, go against the higher ups. As much as sometimes we don't want to deal with them. That's really just simply sigh. Right. You can't go against. That's understandable. But yet, why target Asia? This is when Cal Warner was supposed to say, we have no idea. We were just told what to do and just to get it done. Get the non-sacred gear and that's it. Gohan says, that's all well and out now, but something's freaking me out. Like, something doesn't feel right. What? It's like the mission that you were sent on seemed like you were not meant to, survive. What do you mean, as Raider simply says? Middle says, are you planning to kill us? As the Middle simply says, no, it's more like you were, sent on a suicide mission, or someone was trying to kill you. Think about it. You're in the middle of devil territory. You're told to watch a sacred gear user in devil territory. In two very high class devil territory. And the siblings to the Mao. You were told to take the sacred gear and kill another sacred gear user, but yet you survived. As Gohan simply says, your mission wasn't seem to be supposed to be a success. Whoever was trying to take you out hoped that you were gonna die in this mission, but yet you survived. But then, who's behind it? Really should think about it. Yes, but one thing is, they wouldn't want to start another war. And you said Azazel, and Azazel told you this. As Middle says, yeah, Azazel Sama told us to do this. I know my father, Raider says, he's not a person who would just tell us to kill a sacred gear user, no matter who they are. He'd rather see them for himself, see what kind of person they are for himself, and actually determine what they are. No matter what, no matter who they are, he loves sacred gears too much to just kill a user off. As he says, it wastes too much great potential and wastes of projects. This is when Hakuno says, so if Azazel never really told you to kill, then who did? One of the higher ups in the Grigori? Isao simply says, alright. So if it wasn't the leader, who else runs your faction? A couple others. It's a lot of people, though. Gohan was simply to stay quiet. Something didn't feel right. What the fallen angels were telling is simply their mission was just to do recon, get the sacred gears, kill one of the sacred gear users, then basically to get Aegis Twilight healing and be done with it. But yet, in the middle of Devil territory, mostly the Mao's territory, with two of the Mao's siblings, it didn't make sense. Something didn't feel right. Why would you send 4 of your warriors to such dangerous territories unless you're trying to kill them? But yet, who would want to kill them? What have they done? Or maybe it has been what they have done, but who or what they want, or what they're trying to do. You would want a healer. Why would you want a healer? Go on with a blink, unless they're trying to start a war. As Gohan simply says, everyone turned towards him as saying, "What do you mean?" Reese says, "Someone in the Gogoro trying to start a war. But I'm not sure if it's correct. Asia's sacred gears, twilight healing, something that would mostly heal any wound. But why would you want to go for something like that? It's strange. Wouldn't you want to go for, maybe Issei? Because if you think about it, his sacred gear is not that bad. Better than Asia's. No disrespect to you there, but as Gon says to the girl, the nun, she was smile saying, "It's fine." But that's one of the 5 Dragon Kings within there. Or heck, they could have gone for me. I'm the Red Dragon Emperor, for God's sake, and they haven't gone for me yet. Gohan turned towards him as saying, "Someone is trying to kill you, or someone is trying to start a war. And yet, instead of going for the most powerful piece and trying to get a powerful weapon in their hands, they rather get something of a healer. You only do healers unless you're trying to heal somebody. And healers are only mostly used if you're on the battlefield. Because then you can just do healing spells. But having a sacred gear user who has a healing ability that's stronger than any healing spells is, strange. They will only come in handy in wartime, as Rhea simply says. It's only fitting that now the puzzles are starting to fit. But who would want a war in the Gogoro? There's a couple of people. More like a lot. There are still people who are pent out. They still want to finish the war. Some fallen angels completely just say that they should wipe out the devils completely and the angels. Okay, then who's leading them? Rainer simply says, "I'm not sure. But that's going to be figured out eventually. Maybe later we'll get answers." But everything just doesn't feel so right. Things don't make sense. Why go for a healer? You want a healer, but what's their move? Time skip. A few weeks later. At least 2 weeks. 2 weeks have gone by. Things are peaceful. A pact was made with the devils and Fallens. Things are actually pretty calm. Gohan will simply lay in bed. It's a nice night. Training was done earlier. Exhausted from the training of the others. Helping the Ling Rainer and Calwar in the middle acts as their key was difficult. And yet training Issei and the Gremlin group was something else. But Rias felt different. Recently, she's been wanting to learn more. She hasn't been relaxing at all. She's more trying to soak everything in, learn the next thing. Like she was trying to trying to prepare for something, but what? As immediately he would feel energy appear as getting up as looking to see a magic circle at the Grimoires of the clan of Grimoire. As he would actually see, Rias. But he would blink. Something was off. Everything was just shouting different. She would walk up as she was sleepy to say, "Go on." As before he knew it, she was on top of him. What are you? I want you to take me, as she simply says. Huh? As his unintelligible answer would just be, huh? He got that from his father, definitely. I don't understand what you mean by that. What do you mean, take you? I want you to take my virginity. Now. Gohan was shocked to hear this. She wants him to take her virginity? Gohan stopped and looked at her. But wouldn't you want to give it to someone you love? She would look away as simply saying, I know I would, but I want you to take it. You've given me more than I've known recently, and things in my life been looking pretty well. But I just need your help. With what? Gohan says. You can ask me anything. I just need your help in this. Please take me. Gohan was simply say, I don't think I, as she was about to undress, Gohan would only watch. Crap, what do I do? What do I do in this situation? Think. What will the others do? Piccolo. Piccolo doesn't even have any experience in romance or anything. He'll just leave. But she seems too distressed. Vegeta? Why am I thinking about Vegeta? You only do two things. One, ignore. Or two, completely smash her into oblivion. Or maybe Master Roshi? No, don't go into that. Come on, think. Reason, like Krillin does. Maybe we can just relax, and this is when another circle would appear in the room, as a woman would appear in a maid outfit with it being a blue dress along with the usual maid attire. She had silver hair done in braids, as her blue eyes would only look emotionless. Simply she would turn towards Rias saying, she was simply sighs, looking towards us, said, Rias-sama, what are you doing with this lowlife? Gohan would blink his thing, huh? Lowlife? DJ would only snarl in his mind, lowlife. Axe Dragon would simply growl. Rias was simply sigh, saying it wasn't fast enough. As the woman would simply start to pick out the Rias as well. Bra and panties. Simply as we need to go back. Your mother and father is worried about you, as simply the grandmothers are worried about you. Right, as Rias simply says, as she starts to grab her stuff, as Gohan only blink. Wait, what's going on? Gohan says, I'm confused. I'm sorry about that, Gohan, as Rias simply says. Simply as I'm glad I wasn't too late, as the mate simply says. I wasn't sure if you're really willing to go that far with this human. Gohan says, I have a name, you know. Yes, Grafia, he has a name, and it's Gohan, not human. And Gohan is more than the more than you think of. I'll explain everything tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow, I promise, as Reese simply says. Uh-huh. As the two disappeared in a massive circle, leaving the area. That was something. DJ simply says something was off with Reese. You don't think? I almost lost my virginity there. Should I have accepted her offer? Personally, partner, I wouldn't know. I was as shocked as you were. And don't be lying, you prefer the double dragon. What? I know a part of you wanted to do her no matter what. Yes, there's always going to be a part that would always do any woman. They come towards me no matter what. That's why I'm glad you're in sacred gear. Did you only chuckle? Agreed. Those days are over, long and gone. Just gotta watch you. And hey, you're good entertainment. Hey, I'm not really a fan of being entertainment for you. Well, what else am I supposed to do with my time? As the dragon was to be severed the mental connection. Come on, Elias, try to go back to sleep, but it was gonna be hard now thinking of he was so close to losing it. Master Roshi would be proud. And there he goes again thinking about Master Roshi. His mom was right. Maybe she stopped hanging around Master Roshi so much over the 7 years. Next morning, Gohan and Eve only try to stay as awake as possible. Thinking about what happened last night was kind of hard, As simply he'll just try to think. Don't think about it. Because if you think about it, it'll only pop back up. Try to keep your mind clear. And just see what Reese wanted to tell you. As very much Gohan would only wonder. But yet, I just have a feeling that something bad is about to happen. And things are only just heating up from there. Gohan will enter a culture room as simply seeing everyone there. Gohan turned towards Issei saying, "Oh, you're all here. What's going on?" "I'm as confused as you are," as Issei simply says. "But I'm happy," as Gohan follows Yoda's boy's sight, as we'll only be seeing how the maids will bust. Oh, Issei, alright. Issei will basically try to, will only look, but try to remove the woman named Grandfria's Fria from the very sheen of her clothes. "Hey, Riz, what's going on?" as Gohan simply asked. As most of the peers would be silent, well, the ones that were a bit longer, except for Asia and Issei, Riz was simply saying, "I have an announcement to make. Something that's important for y'all to know." As immediately another magic circle would appear in the area as flames would appear. Reese would curse under her breath. "Damn it. Why is he here?" As simply what in the middle circle would have a sign for Phoenix. As appeared with a man. He had a tux with him. As he wore a tux. As he had blonde hair that was slicked back. With blue eyes. As he carried himself with an air of superiority. Something that's screaming out, "I'm a prideful man, and I only give a damn about my power." It reminded me of Vegeta, but Vegeta's a bit more, Vegeta embodies his pride, like literally. He doesn't seem to be prideful, but he had something else with him, a different air. As Issei will simply say, "Who the fuck is this guy?" As Rises, as Zubamir says, "Rias, you look well. Riser's happy to see that you've been looking good recently. It's good to see my beloved Rias as Riser will only, as a man named Riser will now wrap his arm around Rias as simply pulling her closer. The redhead was pushing him away as simply saying, "Not here. And I'm gonna tell you I'm not gonna marry you." Rias, as Riser simply says, Riser completely says, "We need this. The whole devil faction needs this. Imagine the power of Riser and the Grimmery combined. It'll be a match made of heaven." "No, thank you. I'm good." Gohan will be confused. What's going on? Simply as everything was going through his mind, as the next thing as that, so yes, the followings would appear as Rainer is simply summoning a spear, simply pointing at Riser at his neck. "You better get away from her now, or else I'll at least slit your throat." Riser was scowl, saying, "A pitiful fallen." Rias, how much have you fallen?" As Riser simply says, "For you to use your fallen against Riser. No matter. Riser has his own peerage." I seeing how, well, one of the race's peerage members was just glaring at him, so he decided to pull out his whole peerage set. Snapping his fingers, summoning his whole peerage of just many women and just beautiful women, Gohan would be confused. He sensed all their powers. They're all large, but yet some were just there just because they were there just to show off. Unlike Urias, Riser has a full set. As simply he would Riser return once more as seeing in Reese's pawn. Reese is knight or bishop. Shit. No, pawn. Or I forgot Issei's piece. I'm just make it pawn again, as usual. Pawn ogling. As simply he would smile. As saying, "Ubuluna, come." As Riser simply say, as Ubuluna, as a purple-haired woman would come, as she'll be in a purple dress with golden axe on it, with a I forgot the rest of the details. As she would come, as Riser would simply grab her, as he starts to ogle her massive breasts, as kissing her right in front of them all. Issei was livid, as pulling on sacred gear, as showing Virtuo's sacred gear, as saying, growling, "Why, you son of a bastard!" Issei will growl as he starts to charge up the ki blast. "Let me show you something, you little shit." As Gohan put a hand on his shoulder, saying, shaking his head no. That's just a taste of Riser's power. As Riser simply smiled. Yeah, I'm still quite impressed. As turning towards testing his power, as seeing that it was looking towards Gohan immediately. Out of all the things I never thought you would do, never thought you align yourself with a pitiful human. Gohan there, his eyes, as saying, "What's wrong with humans? They're useless," as Riser simply says. Riser thinks that humans are nothing but just tools, but humans also have their benefits. But Rice will be off. Don't worry, Rias. Rice will make it quick. Rias will growl saying, I told you once before, I'm not gonna marry you. As the writer simply scowled. You had no choice, as the writer simply says. This is when the Greyfield simply say, Lucifer Sama thought of this earlier on. It gave Buffy a way to vent. So they said it on a rating game. A rating game, Rias says? Yes. If Rias wins, she wins her freedom. If you win, you get to have her immediately, as Griffey simply says. Dia Rias says. As immediately, everyone will be shocked to hear that, as Riza will give you 10 days. Days to prepare. Enjoy your last days of freedom, my beautiful Rias. And why? Prepare to get everyone ready. I was looking towards Akano and Kaneko, smiling very lustfully. And seeing Asians, I can see. I'll be pleased when this is all over. As Riza disappeared into the Master Circle once more, as Gohan was scowling, saying, I don't like him. I don't like him one bit. He's an asshole. And he just sees women just because he wants to. Like they're some toys. Rias is Besides, and that's how he is. How'd you even get in this mess? Let's just say the old Devil Council wants to basically have pure blood devils once more. But ever since the war, our numbers have dwindled down. That's one of the reasons why the evil peace system is even in this all beginning in the first place. So they're marrying you off to that bastard. He simply says, yes, Ezra is beside. Rainer simply said, that's kind of an ass move, not gonna lie. What am I supposed to do? Can't really tell them no. Have to go along with it. But yet, you should have a choice, Gohan says. As Griffith says, she was given a choice as simply, you have 10 days to prepare for your rating game. This is what will be sent to you once you arrive. As Griffith disappeared in the Master Circle, as Gohan would turn towards her once more. So how are you going to do this? You want me to increase the training? Yes, we ought to increase the training. Ryder's no pushover no matter what. He might be a playboy jerk, but he's no pushover. I'll need all of your help. As simply, Rainer says, alright, we'll help you. I don't like the way that fucker looked at me anyways. Felt like a toy for a second. Middle says, yeah, I hate devils, but one thing I hate more is damn playboys. Kyle Warner says, I'll go along with it. You do need to add some members to your peerage, I guess. I'll be a part of it. Reese will smile, saying, thanks, I appreciate that. As surprisingly, the three problems will actually be reincarnated. Gohan would kind of look around as, well, that's something. This is when Gohan says, alright, where do we go for, the start the training? Get your things packed up. We'll get your things packed up for at least 2 weeks. We'll be out for a while until then. Gohan understand and nod as he disappear. As Zizay was to say, damn. Oh man, more training. What a pain. As he would head back home a few hours later, as they would all reappear back, simply to head in and do what they needed to do. Gohan would like to see Asia with a dragon. Surprisingly, seeing how the small little blue light purple dragon, was flying around her. What's that? Gohan says. It's familiar, as Rias says. It's basically similar to a guardian. You can assign it things to do, or it can actually help you in battle. That seems nice. But I don't really think I need a familiar anyways, as Gohan says. You seem pretty all-rounded. Warrior says, no kidding, you're insane. Your warrior race kind of gives you that. Let's start this training. I want to kick that fire chicken's ass anyways, as Rainer simply says. I agree. Let's start this so we can get this over with. So we can free you. And then we can get out of this. Because that... whatever he is, not even a man, disgusts me, Kyle Warner simply says. As they would all start the training, Gohan would increase their training about twofold. This is when they would decide to have a spar. Rios would simply say, alright, we'll have a spar, an all-out spar, to see how good we all are. That's simply against you, Gohan. Gohan would blink as saying, a spar, an all-out spar against me. No holding back? But you have to hold back a bit. Alright, how about I go this? I can go to my max power in my base, but I can't go anywhere beyond beyond Super Saiyan. Think you can handle that? Issa says, you completely vaporized Donaseku that's in a Super Saiyan state, and now it's only a few seconds, as Issei says. I'm not sure that's strong to take you down. You don't have to take me down. You just need to see how far you come. Issei will simply sigh. Fine. But we're doing this because we gotta save Bucho and get her out of this loveless, sick marriage anyways. I'm gonna kick that guy's ass. It's needed. They'll all prepare. Getting in there, getting the magic and Jake and everything's ready. Alright, go on. Simply says, ready? Start. As they would all rush towards him immediately, Radar throw a couple spears immediately. Cal Warner's such a shoot key blasts, immediately trying to get him to at least move. Gohan only dodge to keep out some spears. Especially one of the spears is simply jumping back. Kaneko will jump forward or throwing a fist. Gohan summons Sacred Gear as catching her throw. As deciding to throw her back, but only as she would simply do a flip, landing on her feet once more. This is probably going to be more harder than I thought it was. As they all rush towards Rios to use her destructive magic, along with Akana helping her along the side. Gohan only dodged the attacks, even though they were all doing pretty well. As Issei would appear, as using a line to throw some of Gohan's power, getting a bigger boost. Alright, take this as Issei will shoot Masenko! As quickly shooting the attack, the large energy wave. Gohan simply slapped the energy wave away as it will crash into a mountain, taking out the whole mountain. Gohan simply says, nice! As starting to go to its full max and its power, losing its full power, or its base, smiling as boosting to his max. Boost! As the fight would continue to go on, he tried to see how long they can last in their stamina. They're all pretty good there. Looking to see if there was anything that they needed to work on still. Kaneko was still trying to go for the hard jabs. Kiba was use his secret gear as summoning swords. Kaneko grabbed one of the swords and started to slash him. Gohan will simply disappear, reappearing right behind her as throwing a kick. She'll simply walk with the sword as it was shattered, but she'll still be fine. She'll try to throw another punch, being a decoy. Gohan would fly back as simply Belanda's resurrection of the Lord, her family's magic. As using her power of destruction, try to at least hit Gohan once. Gohan simply dodged the attacks. As feeling tries to put energy once again, seeing a Masenko coming in, Gohan dodged the attack again. As Issei was clutching on his breath, damn it, he won't stay still. As moving, rushing in to attack, Gohan will start to dodge, start to handle both Kaneko and Issei, while Kiba will come down swiping for a swipe, dodging the three devils as simply jumping back. He started to see how much they can all handle if he goes this. Transform into a Super Saiyan as the golden transformation will shock everyone as blowing them all back just by the pressure that's being released. Once he released the golden transformation, they were all kind of shocked as Gohan decided to take no more games, disappearing, reappearing right behind Rainer as simply she tried to use her spear, but Gohan shattered it easily, using a good knee to her gut. Reappearing right in front of Rhea, sending her flying back. Akano was the same. He just decided to dismantle them, take them out quickly one by one. Issei tried to match them up with another Masenko once more. Gohan stopped this Masenko before he even launched. Maybe you shouldn't try to use the same attack all the time. Who said I was using it to attack you? Gohan stopped to turn to see Kaneko as immediately her punch would make. As it will cause a huge crater, as simply Gohan will say, be there unfazed, not flinching. Gohan will simply stop her off as simply saying, that's good, but not strong enough, as simply's kicking her away. Gohan will simply use a roundhouse kick, saying Issei back before he can do his own another attack of his own. Gohan will look around, seeing all of them down for the count. Kiba will come up once more. Gohan simply send a ki blast towards him, as he'll push him, finally knocking him out on accident. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Returning back to his base form, Gohan only look as simply said, you all are good, but you still have a lot of work to do. Reese says, yeah, no kidding. Rainer says, you kicked our ass, but we needed that. Issei says, yeah, I thought I was stronger, but yet you still show us that we need to work. Oh man, now we need to train more. Well, with hard work, you can become at least stronger. My father told me once, told his brother this once before. Yes, the elite might be strong, and they might have an upper hand, but even the hard worker can surpass the elite. No matter how strong the elite is, with hard work, you can almost do anything. Issa would smile, say, I believe that. Your father's a pretty cool of a guy. He is, but not so smart. I was thinking of his father Goku as simply knowing how, dumb-witted his father was at times. He said it was simply to crack his back and saying, man, that's a pain as Kibo to get up. Yeah, Gon senpai. You're strong, but maybe you can hold back a bit, you know? Yeah, but I do want to test you all on how. I don't want to, let y'all think you're powerful and you not pulling your weight. There's some things I just gotta do. Go on, turn towards Asia, Super Saiyan. I can try to. I turn towards Asia, Super Saiyan. How good do you think they are? They're alright, as Asia says, but I think they probably do need more training. As Middle Super Saiyan, why does she get to sit around and do nothing? Go on, Super Saiyan, she's a healer. She's not really a fighter, to be honest. And I think healing is better for her. And with her ki, she can actually she do better. Actually heal a lot better with ki if she has to use versatile. I taught her a couple of ki back attacks and a couple of attacks I know that are at her level, but you know, nothing as advanced as a Masenko. Yeah. Now that's awesome. As Issei Supper says, I like using Masenko. When are you gonna teach me that? Rainer says. When your key reserves are a bit bigger, it does drain a lot out of you. Gohan simply says, stretching another time. That's good enough for you, says. Let's head to bed. You'll do well.